يا راغبا في كل علم نافع.
ينمو العلم ويتقدم بتقنياته ومجالاته، ومعه نطور أدواتنا في تقديم العلم الشرعي. أكاديمية
زاد أكاديمية ينبوعها صاف ليروي غلة الظمآن. وتعلم الفقه الميسر عاملا بالشرع دون تعصب لفلان. بشرى لنا زاد أكاديمية للعلم كالأزهار في البستان.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وآله وصحبه ومن اهتدى بهداه. What are the conditions of zakat being due on trade goods? Scholars say that there are three conditions. The first condition is that the individual should have actually taken possession of this item by his own doing, as if he had bought it or accepted it as a gift, which means that if he possessed it through other means, such as inheritance, that there is no zakat on it, and this is disputable. So condition one, that you actually possessed it with your own free will. Number two, that you possessed it with the intention to trade in it. Condition number three, that it reaches a threshold. And this is understandable, because if it's below the threshold, we don't give zakat on it. What is the threshold? As stated before, is it the threshold of gold or silver? The threshold of silver is best in the interest of the poor, so we take that as the scholars stated. Coming back to the first two conditions. One, that I possessed it willingly by buying it or accepting it as a gift. And this is not a valid condition, because this, and alongside with intending to trade in it, can change according to the intention, because the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ, actions but by intentions, and each person will have but which he intended. So if I possessed something and did not have the intention to trade in it, there is no zakat in it. Let's assume I'm talking about my headscarf, this thing. So I bought it with my own money, and I do not have any intention to sell it. Imagine someone comes in and says, Shaykh, would you take $1,000 for this? I said, heck yes, of course. Take it. And I take the $1,000. Should I give zakat on the $1,000? The answer is no. Well, Shaykh, isn't this trading goods? I said, no, it's not. It's something that I have and I sold it, but it is not intended to be invested in. So anyone, and this is cascaded to everything you own, other than, of course, gold and silver. My car, my house, the plots I have, any kind of property I have, it's not displayed to be sold. But if someone offers me a good price, though I did not display it for sale, and that would be a bargain for me, I'd sell it because I want to make a profit, not that I want to trade. So if I sell this, I'm going to buy a new one. And when I buy a new one, I'm not going to go around and say, guys, any $1,000 for this? I'm still going to wear it and use it as I used to, without any intention in selling it and the likes. Now, what is the value that I should give zakat on? So I have trading goods. Should I give the zakat over the price that I bought it in, or the price of today's when the zakat is due? Let's assume I bought it in last Ramadan, and I bought it for 1,000 euros. And a year later, on the 1st of Ramadan of the following year, I evaluate the value of it. So if the value of this product has fallen and gone down, and now the price value of today is 800 euros, this is what I give zakat on. And if the value went to 2,000 euros, this is the value I give zakat on. So what counts is the value of today when the zakat is due to be paid. As we talked in the last class, do we add the value of the trading goods to other possessions of mine of gold and silver? The answer is yes. I add whatever trading goods I have to gold or silver or cash money, even if one of them did not reach the threshold. I combine each one of those three to what I have of trading goods. The evidence is the consensus of scholars. So Al-Khattabi and Ibn Qudama, may Allah have mercy on their souls, reported that there is a consensus among scholars. And secondly, because it is related to the value, and the value is found in gold, the value is found in silver, and the likes is found in the trading goods, so they are combined. Okay, if I'm trading, of course, when I sell and buy, I have a profit. Is the profit separate and I have to count a new lunar year to be completed on the profit to give zakat on it? Or is the profit considered to be part of the capital, and whenever the capital zakah is due, I have to give? The latter view is the most correct. I'll give you an example. I have 100,000 a capital that I trade with, whether I buy grocery goods, whether I buy clothes, whether I buy cars. So my lunar year starts in the beginning of Muharram. In the month of Dhul Hijjah, which is 11 months later, I get a profit. So I sell and buy, and on the 11th month of the year, I get a hefty profit of 10,000. So should I start a new lunar year for zakat of this 10,000 to be given after 12 months on the 11th month of the following year? The answer is no. This capital of 100,000 is due for zakat on the 1st of Muharram, 12 months later. So 12 months later, I will have in my possession 100,000, the capital, in addition to the 10,000 profit. I give zakat on both, 110, and this is the most authentic opinion, that the profit follows the capital. What about plots? A lot of the people ask about plots and when to give zakat on it. The same concept applies as I've described earlier. So plots, if you are a real estate trader, you buy plots, you keep them for 6 months, they're displayed, and if you get like 5 or 10% profit, you sell, and you buy other plots. In this case, the zakat is due because this is trading goods. And of course, it would have reached the nisab because definitely it's more than 595 grams of silver. It's like tons and tons of silver. So once this capital invested in buying plots and selling them, a lunar year rotates while it's in my possession, I have to give 2.5% on the zakat date, not on how much I bought it for. Now, if I buy a plot or plots with the intention to live on it, to build on it, to use it for building a building and rent it, for the future, I may give it for my children, for any reason other than selling and buying. It's not displayed with real estate agents that, listen, I have a plot of 1,000 square yards and I'd like to sell it for this much. If you hear someone is interested, give me a call. This is my number. No, I just bought it and kept it. There is no zakat in it. If my intention changes, and I say to myself, oh, as long as I'm retired, I have no better job, why not sell and buy and sell and buy? Then the beginning of the zakat year starts from the change of my intention. Now, there are a number of related issues. For example, issue number one, there is no zakat in my own house that I live in or in my vehicle because I own these things because I'm using them. So my clothes, my utensils, my furniture, my computer, all of these are not zakatable. They're not displayed to be sold. But if I change the intention, and remember, changing the intention is not by someone offering me money for it and I sell it. No, this is not trading goods because the intention is not to sell and buy and invest. The intention changes when I see in my house that I have 5 computers and everybody's asking for one of them with a profit. So I said, okay, let me turn this into a lucrative business. So I start selling and buying, selling and buying. This now becomes zakatable. So let us assume I started a business or I changed my mind. I have a plot and now I want to sell it. In the beginning, it was not for trading purposes. Now that I've changed my mind and displayed it for sale, now it's becoming a trading good. Let's assume I displayed it for sale on the 1st of Ramadan. I sold it the following day. Alhamdulillah, the amount is zakatable beginning on the 1st of Ramadan. However, if I displayed it for sale for a whole lunar year till the following Ramadan and nobody bought it from me, then a year later, I ask about the value. I want $1 million. I only could get 700,000. I don't want to sell it for 700,000. I'm still waiting for the million. Now, after a full lunar year of being displayed to be sold, I have to give zakat on the price of today's value, which is 700,000, and I give 2.5% as zakat due to the change of intention. Now, again, if a person gets money during the lunar year of zakat, so I have properties, I have wealth, I have trading goods, and I get money, should I add this money to the original wealth and assume that the remaining year is sufficient and at the end of the year I give zakat for everything? We have to look. If the money I received was generated from the trading goods that I have, then it has to follow the same lunar year for zakat. At the end of the lunar year, I have to give zakat on all of them. But if it's something new, let's assume I have trading goods and wealth of 100,000. In the middle of the year, my father dies and I inherit money. So now it's in my possession. Do I give zakat on the money that I inherited 6 months later with the original wealth that I have? The answer is no. This has a new lunar year to pass over it. But if I want to save myself from the trouble and want to save time and say, listen, 6 months doesn't mean a thing to me. I just want to fix one single day in the Hijri calendar where I give zakat on whatever I possess, whether it came a couple of months ago or a year ago. I just want to relieve myself from the headache. That would be sufficient and permissible without any problem. هذا والله أعلم ونسبة العلم إليه أسلم وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على عبده ورسوله نبينا محمد.
يا راغبا في كل علم نافع
ينمو العلم ويتقدم بتقنياته ومجالاته، ومعه نطور أدواتنا في تقديم العلم الشرعي. أكاديمية
زاد أكاديمية ينبوعها صاف ليروي غلة الظمآن، وتعلم الفقه الميسر عاملا بالشرع دون تعصب لفلان. بشرى لنا زاد أكاديمية للعلم كالأزهار في البستان.